Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. The time has come to put this gauge cluster back together. We have all the parts, I do believe, and I'm going to attempt to assemble this thing. So, figured I'd bring you along for the ride. This is what we're doing. This guy here. Now, we've already installed the turn signal, oil, and generator lights. Those are done already. So what we're going to be installing here is the speedometer, the whatever gauge this is, and whatever gauge that is. I believe this is fuel and this is temp, but I could be wrong. And then the new bezels, chrome bezels with the new seals, and then also the new lenses. So basically I have it laid out. I'm going to start with the Speedo, kind of see how this goes. I took it apart a while ago, so remembering how this all goes is, yeah. So that's what we're doing. This one. I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory, but it might not be. Weirder things have happened, right? So we are using, so that we're all on the same page, factory gauges. Okay, they are what they are. So owner of the car is just wanting to reuse these, so we're going to do that. Now, I've got the original one here, which should have went something like okay, so this is what we would look like if we put the stock one back in. See the shattered glass? So, pop that out. And that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. So what we're going to do first is put the seal around here. No adhesive, no nothing, of course. To actually stick this on here. Again, I've never put one of these together, so bear with me here. We're learning together. Okay, should go like that. No, like that. Concaved in and there. Okay, that's pretty basic. Then I think so that's in. Now what I gotta do is not drop all these little screws. So on the back side of here, basically you put this plate in, okay? So you do just what I just did, okay? You've got 4 screws. I see 3. Let the 4th one go. There. Okay. You put these screws in. That's where we're at so far. Not bad. But what we're doing here is on the back side of this, all right? There's 4 screws. That's what I'm putting in now. That's gonna hold this bezel in place so it doesn't move. Get that all done, and then we'll move on to the next. Two of them in. My biggest downfall is I've got pretty good sized hands. It's like bear paws trying to get in here to do this. It's Ellie wishing me a happy birthday, happy belated birthday. That's kind of nice. Great person. Make sure these are tight. Not too tight, but tight. Boop. Okay. There's 2 screws here. They don't. So basically, from what I understand, this just drops in. So, now, how that looks, I don't know. Pretty damn good, actually. Okay, so There's a special screwdriver we have for these. I'm just gonna go get it out of the garage. And that'll hold that in, but that's what you get right there. Pretty cool. I think it looks pretty great, actually. So, there's that. Now the next thing, first thing I need to do is go get that screwdriver. Let me go grab that, I'll be right back. Okay, so you need a screwdriver that has this weird squared off end on it. I'm not sure what that's actually called, but I know we have it. And this one kind of sort of fits. That, my friends, is what we've got. I like that a lot. And then, you know, just okay, that should be the Speedo. Speedo's done. Now, let's move into the other two. Now, something I gotta look up real quick. What I'm looking for is very simply just to tell me which one goes where. Okay, so if I'm looking at this like this, you have the fuel gauge, which would be this one, which would be gasoline, and then you would have this one on that side. Okay, so when I pick this up, spin it, fuel would go there. Okay, so I believe it's the same process. Okay guys, so back to where we were here. What I've got to figure out now is, you know, typical stuff. Where these go. Can't see me, can't see me. Let's get you in the right direction here. Okay, so what I'm doing is the seal that doesn't want to go in, which is exciting. You take this, you take your seal, okay? We're working on the gas gauge. 1957 Chevy Belair gauge cluster, we're putting it together. We just did the speedometer. So basically, that's what you want. Okay, that right there. Alright. Then you want to kind of carefully drop this in, like so. Okay. Then gasoline. It should go like this. Sense. And then this like so. Maybe? Maybe? Let's try it. Let's put it together, see if that actually looks right. We just need it not to fall out at the moment. Boy, that looks like the guy. There you go. And yes, the fuel gauge thing was moving because I had my fingers on it. But that's a Speedo. That is the stock fuel gauge. That's a stock speedometer, just with new glass and a new chrome bezel. So there are ways to do this, ladies and gentlemen, without spending an absolute fortune. This is pretty simple. This gets held on with two screws here. You just tighten these guys down. Boom. That one's done. Now we'll do the same thing for the temperature gauge. Okay. Again, chrome bezel. You've got your seal. We'll run this around it. This is probably the hardest part because this seal, you really probably should have like some kind of adhesive or something to, you know, do this, but whatever. It's neither here nor there, right? All we're looking for it to do, sit down in that. And then we're going to take the temperature, be like that. Drop it down in, you drop your lens in. There's a couple tablets for it, tabs. Alright. And then you take your gauge, okay? It's going to have this housing deal on it. You just take that, spin it over. Nope. You take this guy next, okay? This one goes in just like this. Green side to the back, black side to the front, okay? Boom. You get it orientated just like that. And then you take this. There's only one way to do this, from what I can see. Which would be just like that. Put our gauge in there. And again, you're doing your two screws. And you don't want to He-Man anything. You're just trying to get some threads on it at first till you get all of it on. It's always the last screw in the never fails. I got a magnetic screwdriver, so it's fun. Alright. Let's kind of bring this down together. Boom. Ba-boom. See how that looks. This sumbitch looks great. What do you think, guys? That's our completed gauge cluster for Don's 1957 Chevy Belair. It looks awesome. Look at that. That is factory gauges with the factory housing. The only things we've replaced are these for the lights here, for the turn signal and lights. Super simple, and it actually comes in the kit here with, it comes in the kit when you get your chrome bezels, okay? And then Don ordered they were actually in here, the seals that went around the bezels came from danchuck.com. This is the seals right here. Okay, came in this bag, and he got new glass, new lenses, because his look like that. And that's literally it. And we screwed it all back together, and now it's done. So the next step in this is going to be, and if you're curious how this looks on the backside, this is how this looks on the backside, right? So here you've got lights. Light bulbs go into these holes. Light bulb goes into that hole. All these holes are light bulbs, okay? So when you look inside the dash, you'll see there's a ton of bulbs. They all pop into these spots, okay? Now, speedo cable. This has a power glide transmission, which would be this lever here, right? There's a cable, there's like a wire that comes down from here and goes down to the steering column. That's going to be, you know, always fun to hook up, but that's that. And then on these two tits here, okay, and the two tits here, the wiring harness inside the car just kind of plugs in here, okay? It's got a little connector and just plugs in. That's it. These, I am missing one piece, which is the chrome, the stainless that goes around here. I need that, but I'm gonna see if Don will order that, get it here. But otherwise, everything else is complete. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this maybe helps you guys, show you how long it actually takes to do one of these. It's not long, but I think this turned out really well. And now what we don't know is if the gauges actually work. So we're going to give it hell. But this is the original gauge set for this car. Everything, you know, we just cleaned up the glass and the bezels. It's really what we did. So new seals, anything shiny that you could see. So there you go, guys. Hope you like it. Stay tuned. A lot more coming. And Ron's out there sanding on the car right now, and I got the paint booth drying. It's cleaned and now it's drying. I got a big couple fans in there, and we're on track to paint the Belair body next week, so before Thanksgiving. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, pretty cool, guys. This is a really cool gauge cluster. I love this thing. So anyway, hope you have a great night. Thanks for watching Brown's Rugged Custom.